everybody! So, I know I said I was going to have a review on a new game today, but I haven't gotten the chance to pick up a new game to play for you guys. So today I'm actually going to discuss some game mechanics that I don't think a lot of people really understand or know the difference between. I am kind of sick, so I figured I should do this review even though I'm sick. So, the most basic kinds of game mechanics are the big titles, which are RPG, which stands for role-playing game, MMORPG, which is multiplayer online role-playing game. Yeah, it's a really big mouthful. And then there's FPS, which stands for first-person shooter. An FPS just stands for what kind of game it is to a point, like it's a first-person shooter. But a lot of first-person shooters have storylines, and that sort of goes underneath role-playing, but not a whole bunch. There are a couple other types, and I don't know what the names are. It would probably go under like third-person shooter or third-person like control. Those kinds of games are like Prince of Persia, Enslaved, God of War. Those are like third-person shooter type game. So the next type are RPGs, and RPGs can be a little different depending on what kind of RPG they are. There's open world RPGs and then there's tunnel RPGs, so there's different types of RPGs. Most RPGs allow you to make your own character and have them be the way you want them to be. They're not all that way. Those kinds, like open world RPGs, are obviously the Elder Scrolls. They're all RPGs. You get to be whoever you want to be, and you get to do whatever friggin' you want to do. So is Fable. Fables are pretty much RPG. Usually has more of a storyline than the Elder Scrolls. Dragon Age is an RPG. There's different kinds. There's futuristic ones like Mass Effect, or there's old school ones like Dragon Age and Skyrim, or there's, in-between ones like Grand Theft Auto is an RPG. I don't think a lot of people think of it that way because it's not futuristic or fantasy. It's now, and you run around and you steal cars, but that's technically an RPG. You're role-playing this giant thefty guy who goes and steals cars. And then there's the random games that I don't think most people play anymore, but they were really big when the Cube and the PS2 and the regular Xbox were out. Like back in the old days, us old folks playing Tony Hawk. God, that game's so much fun. Fall on your face all the time. All the time. Unless you're really awesome. Like my brother. He won a skateboard in a tournament for how good he was at that game. And there's different kinds, like there's console games versus PC games. And most console games transfer onto PC, but it never works the other way around. There are very few, if not any, PC, like made for PC games that transfer onto consoles. Like, you can't get World of Warcraft for your Xbox or PS3 as far as I know, but you can get Call of Duty and all those, most of the other games like Skyrim and stuff for your computer. Well, I believe all MMOs are PC based. I know that you can play console games with other people, but it's not really RPG. It's an MMO, it's a multiplayer online, but it's not an RPG to say. Like, you can go on with your console and you can shoot other people. Like, you can play Halo with people all over the world if you wanted to, but it's just in little scenarios. Whereas with like an MMO RPG, like World of Warcraft or Old Republic, you can use your PC to get online, and you have your character, and your character runs around in this world, and you do what you want your character to do, and you follow quests and stuff, and there's other people online that you run into all the time. So there's those kinds of games. I suppose I should throw in some of my graphic knowledge with this video, and just for some basics, when it comes to games, there are 3D models. 3D models are made in different kinds of programs. Some of the big companies, like Blizzard and Rockstar, they make their own engine and their own software to make their stuff, but most companies either use 3ds Max or Maya. I'm professionally trained in how to use Maya, and we'll just start with a box. So you make like one of those crates that's in almost every game ever. There's always going to be a crate. So you make your box. You probably extrude in some of the sides to make it a little bit more dimensional. And then once it's called, all of those are called faces on all the sides. And then what you do is you unwrap those sides in a texture editor. So you kind of like peel them all off and lay them all flat. And then you take that into Photoshop, which is a different program, and then you paint it or put texture over it to make it look the way you want. Then you re-upload it, mess with the nodes, connect a few things, and then there you go. You got your crate, and it looks like a crate. It looks like a real crate. And then they take that and they put it into their engine. So you take that and you put it into your developer, and boom. That's part of your game. So that's the basics of making game props. Anyway, I'm kind of tired and sick, but I figured I should make a video for you anyway. So I did. So there. And I hope you enjoyed it and are all knowledgeable on the different kinds of games there are and the different kinds of formats and 3D stuff that goes into games. I will see you all next Friday, and hopefully I will have a new review for you. I have Heavenly Sword sitting on my PS3 right now, and I just haven't had the time to play it. If any of you have played Heavenly Sword, please let me know how you think it went and what you think is bad, because I will let you know if I think that's bad in my next video. Let me know. Post a comment. Have a good day.